Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm going to be taking a look at Rise of Industry. First look, see what the game's all about, how it goes, see what it's like. Like any good game setup, let's go through the settings first. Make sure we have everything set up how we want. By scale, yeah. I have a feeling we're probably going to need some auto saves. Income published. Money made when product is. And rent. Yeah. Orientate. Right. We're going to change that to left side. Yes, we're English. Firm demolish. Safety. Yeah. Full storage alerts. Yep. Skip intro. No, we'll leave that on so we can. But can mouse. Nope. Edge scrolling. I'm going off because multiple monitors and mouse wheels. This setting. Yeah, let's turn that on. Quality of life thing. Yeah, all fine. Really out of the blue there. Graphic. Yeah. See what number out here. Pretty much full pelt. That's fine, let's apply that. And let's go to new game. What have we got? Korea, build your own empire with nothing but a little money and a dream. Set your own difficulty, grow through the tech tree and rise to the top. Free play, expand your horizons without any tech tree or progression impediments. Just set your own difficulty and go. Custom. Play a game of your own creation. Customize your map, and a tutorial. Get a leg up on the competition and learn the basics of Rise of It. I think that is a pretty sensible place to start. Oop. Welcome to Rise of It. Game where your entrance. Start off, you'll learn how to move the camera. Use all of them. Hover with your mouse anywhere. Target. Ta-da. Now we need to decide on a specialization. Selecting one will award you with more R&D points, development I guess, to allow you to progress. For now, select. Farming. Focus on generating food resources. A settlement needs to grow its population. Food are unlocks that provide access to basic foods as well as expanding the ability to harvest more food. We can't actually click on the other one. So we'll get a crop farm, plantation, and I'm guessing fish farm is not yet implemented. Oh, gold. You said development points are generated by use player styles. Farms give farming XP. Doing stuff around gives right. In any one speciality. Have a full R&D. R&D points. Customer. Continue. Crop farms. Let's give it hyphen gathering tab. Build water siphon. Unlock depot in the tab. Truck depot. What's the before you can build anything by permit, either the permit from settlement. Farmers market. You can at least see what you buy into. Start buying into. Pretty helpful. Wouldn't want to buy into a place and then. Surface area 8,000 tiles. Full build permit price. Right. Well, I'm getting purchasing full build. Yes, because I have no choice otherwise. Cool. Right. I've just spent that much on buying the land permit. And how much we have in top. Burned edge score. Careful where you place buildings close to a settlement. Reputation settlement. Equal to or less than won't be able to build. Oh, aren't they just nice? I'll just bulldoze the region. In building, open the country. Water site. 2 harvesting. Together. And I also turn my field. Guess it has to be that way. Now let's connect them to the roads exactly as in tile. And start placing down some roads. Oh. 917 somethings. Guessing it was money spent on running the place. Looks like the roads aren't connected properly. Make sure they always overlap, just having them touching isn't enough. Makes sense. SimCity style, it's probably at this moment in time coming across more of a transport tycoon kind of game than it is a SimCity style game. But that said, when it expands into probably later game, we might see more of a kind of a having to define your areas. No, even probably less like City Skyline. city skyline, you're building the entire city, whereas this seems to be more about kind of delivering your goods from A to B. We will now need a crop farm. If we are going to generate vegetables, let's place the farm in 3 fields. Yes, it is multiplayer as well. Both cooperative and competitive. Aha. Very funny. Place a crop farm. Now, rather than build all this stuff, I think I'd just do off with a 25 mil. Be much easier. 25 mil is enough to live on, right? Build the fields. Down. Place a road from the water siphon to the crop farm. Right, we've done roads. We can build a road. Where we're going, we do need roads. Ta-da! Open the water siphon panel. Last but not least, we need to get some water to those fields to get them to start growing. But right, that's what we do. Open the water siphon panel. This is this factory's information to. Oh, we can name it. Pump up that water. Because we're big Technotronic fans. Right, Destiny. Now what's it doing? Let's have a look. I can't go back there now. Thanks. Choose destination. I'm quite sure what this area of catchment is, whether that's something to do with it needing to be placed in the water. Oh. But it didn't really tell me anything about what that catchment area style thing is for. Maybe I'll discover that more readily in the actual game. So send water to crop farm 1. Great name. 3 trucks signed. There they go. I'm not sure because that farm is seemingly 1 tile out of spot there. But yet this water seems to be within range. I'm not quite sure yet. Like I say, this is the tutorial mode. It's limiting the buttons I can press anyway at the moment, so who knows, maybe we'll see it with the in the full game. So let's close it down. I need to rename the farm. I can't rename the farm, it won't let me. Zoom out. I'll place a road from the crop farm to the state road. That road. Oh. Oh. And where is it taking it? Taking it to Chapway. Run off out here. Boom. Very kind of it to move the camera around for me. Right, I'm going to take this opportunity to crop farm 1 to top of the Crops. Again. I've just been downvoted for that one. It was not an appropriate name for a farm. Open destination tab. Hang on. A farmer's now growing vegetables. Time to sell them to the nearest buyer. The state will buy anything but at half price. What a bunch of cheapskates. Support local businesses. Buy everything from them half price. Mushing Chicken Farm. That would be a good name. You and I have very different ideas on what would be a good name, Rasha. Ogle Building. State West. Distance 103 miles. I'm guessing that's our veggie trucks on the move. That's a very weird situation for the trucks to be in. I mean, if this guy has to stop for anything, we're just going to get fruit salad on the road, I think. Alright. They're off to store and settlements will buy your goods for a better price, but it's quite the trip. Build some transport depots to make the trip more efficient. We like efficiency. Ooh, world name here. Got top of the crops farm. Pump up the water. So we're on a bit of a musical theme. Green World. I need something more original than Green World. Where? Oh, they were meant to be delivering to the... Where have they gone? They're just doing off with the vegetables. I'm going to deliver it here. Oh well. Oh well. Brooks. Right, anyway, back to this. Building a transport depot. Click all of the button in what it's telling me. Hit it with R. Goes, down it goes. Closed. Set the closest truck depot as the vegetable farm's destination. Top of the crops. Destination. So we're going to stop the ones that's ran away from... Ran away from us completely. We're going to set it to a logistics place, and we're going to set it to truck depot 1, which is this one. So it's now going to deliver crops from there to there. This might be what the catchment area is for. It might be catching that without having to send trucks. We can only hope. at the farm, closest farmer's market of second destination. So in there, raw resources, vegetables. And we're going to send our vegetables to Farmer's Market 1. Guessing it. Oh, there it is, Farmer's Market 1. Man, the people of Chapwick are terrible at naming their rare companies. Wholesaler 1, Farmer's Market 1, Hardware Store 1. You'd have thought that it could come up with something a bit more original. So that's that. So know that trade routes, unlike normal destinations, can only be done between buildings of the same type. But their vehicles can carry a lot more and are cheaper. So buildings, right. So I can send a trade route between truck depot to truck depot, but I need to have other trucks to deliver from there to right. That makes sense. You can survive perfectly fine without a single trade route, but to be a real industrialist, you might want to learn how to use them. Bear with me for a moment. Moment passed. No, we're also not calling a shop that. Although the game is called Rise of Industry. Very clever. I think that's the industry they're wanting to rise. We can set up a truck trade route between the truck depots to move a large number of your goods close to the settlement, always via the trade panel. Trade routes. Add route. Select the terminal where the train will depart from. Don't need trains. Okay. So truck depot 1 is there. Top 1 is truck depot 1. Chapwick. Wants us to vegetable. Oh. Now that we have our starting point, let's add a stop to get this route going. Note, you will only be able to move goods between transport depots of the same type. Add stop. That's still saying select the terminal where the train will depart from, even though we're now adding a stop. So it will go from stop 1. Take all of the veg. Guessing that. Dump the vegetable back out. Click the play button in the sidebar to start the route. So the answer is no, it doesn't stop. Catchment area doesn't stop them from requiring delivery between the two. Oh, could have been a nice way to alleviate some transport. Oh lord. That's all a bit close. Comfort. Trucks are now moving. You are now able to add more stops where you can drop off or pick up more products and make complex routes. I'm guessing you could tell them to then pick up stuff at Chapwick or Truck Depot 2 and bring them back to this one to move on to somewhere else. It says in the essence of being more complex. You can also add more vehicles to move even more products on the route here. Soon enough, you'll be able to control boats, trains, and even zeppelins. Zeppelins seem like a really bad idea. Historical events have told us so. Now that you are producing products, you'll have to learn how to balance the market. Open the Chapwick's Farmers Market. Settlements will set their demand for a product based on their population and how quickly that product is produced. Shops will consume products equal to their demand every week. Any extra supply is stored to be consumed later. So that's their demand per week, I guess. That's how many they've got stored. Seems to make sense. Unfortunately, you only get paid for what is consumed at the price for that week. And as you will see, keeping a shop supply low will keep your profits high. Right. At the moment, I'm producing vegetables. Here they come. Here comes the cavalry, about to deliver some veg. Let's see what they do. Yep, so 2 stored, 3 stored. And they're going to have that 2 weeks, so that will net me $2,400. And then they'll take that again for next week. Because it takes me 2 weeks to produce them, they're getting enough. Fantastic. Okay, close you down. No, this catchment area things annoy me. I need to find out. Let's consult everyone's favorite search engine. Bing! Well, it would be nice if I actually wanted to know about the summary report December 2010 managing flood risk on gov.uk for that search, but that's not what I'm looking for. We'll come back to it later. Close you down. Open the Chapwick's Farmers Market. If a product was consumed and stored more than the demand, the price will go down. Sure enough, price has gone down because they stored it. And that was 105% before. If a product was consumed still more than the price will go down. The demand is higher though, the price will go up. Ultimately, I don't want to be delivering more than 2. At the beginning of the game, every shop will raise or lower a few of the product prices based on the needs of the local market within the settlement. Well, they just look like they've raised all their prices. Really everything. Plus. Ultimately, balancing a market is filled with challenges you will have to take on to keep the scales tilted in your favour. Good luck. Close push. Don't forget that the help panel has a plethora of information regarding all of the mechanics of the game. Now go and have fun. This is the part I consider deep end. And they're just throwing us in it. Let's dive into Korea, see what it's about. Choose a difficulty. Start the game with a high starting amount of money and a few trials and tribulations. Balanced gameplay experience. Yeah, let's not go. But let's start with newcomer. Let's have an easy time of it, I think. And if it proves too easy, we'll move to normal. Building city. Right. We have area called I4. Oh, guy out there. And planning off. Has a few resources available in this region. Fish, gas, oil, wood. The other name. Old West. Mountain. Willowbore. Pressing. Porthypoon. Campbell. Nothing up there. What's this? Oh. Have some iron ore. Detailed iron ore. Right, so. World name. You know, Rash, I almost said something about it being the Flat Earth simulation game. But who knows? It is based around a BP simulation, though. We didn't say anything. But you couldn't see the turtle. No, unfortunately not. The turtle is not there, of which the world sits on his back. Right, let's stick with Iford, Iford, Ford, Iford. Farmer's market, a hardware store, and a wholesale. Town prosperity is stagnating. Heavy industry town. Heavy industry, and they have 2 shops and a wholesaler. Oil wood. We're gonna purchase a full build permit for this area. A lot of money, but we need it. Do that. You know what? You've got me thinking now. What is the name of that turtle? What is the name of the turtle from Discworld? Great Atune. The good news is you can copy and paste it into the game's text boxes. Jerry. You think it was Jerry? Jerry the turtle? Or is it because you're geriatric? He looks like a Jerry. Famous Jerrys. Jerry Lewis. Jerry Van Dyke. Jerry Lee Lewis. Actually, yeah, Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, I could see the connection. Tom's friend. Anyway, back to learning how to play Rise of Industry. What did we have to do? Oh, map layers. I wonder if we're going to be able to well, I'm guessing that is so we can do underground logistics stuff. Oh. Who is this? Who is this? Where did this come from? Oh my word. All this talk of Jerry the Turtle has meant I'm now behind. This is why I turned edge scrolling off. Why put your UI so close to the edge if you're gonna have edge scrolling on? Where was it? Edge scrolling off. Mouse wheel to rotate on. Guessing it's because I didn't press apply. Right. Yeah, apply you as well. Apply. Apply. Resume. Ah, much better. Oh, Tom and Jerry. Of course, Tom's friend. Sometimes I forget just how witty you actually are. By that I mean not at all. Right, so I needed to go and choose a specialization. This is great, I've already forgotten everything the tutorial told me. Tech tree, that was it. Tech tree is your path to invention, innovation, and prosperity. Use it to find new avenues that will allow you to progress upward to the top of the page. It is broken up into several specialization branches which will grant you access to new buildings, building enhancements, even new recipes that are specific to that specialization. Gather basic resources needed to make a customer's life easier on a daily basis. The unlocks here allow for the addition of more harvesters and investment in the cost of. Guessing that's digging up. Oh, sand collector. Farm. We saw that in the tutorial. Industry. Strengthen the industrial machine with new innovations and technologies. Learn new recipes that turn basic resources into valued goods that can sell for high profit. Carpentry center, glassworks and smelter, paper mill and textile factory. And finally, logistics. Unlock the ability to improve the roads built, how goods are transported, the quantities you can move, and where they can be shipped to. I'm going to try gathering. Just try and gather some stuff together. So I've got 3 R&D points. Not much to do. So they just built an offshore oil drill. That's what that was. They got to tier 3 pretty quick, whoever built that. I'm going to build a lumberyard. I want a lumberyard. Chainsaw. Unlock the ability to place 5 harvesters. But yeah, because I haven't got. Unless that's just another point. I think we're going to need some logistics, aren't we? We want them truck depots again. I almost feel like truck depots should be a given, almost. Seems odd that you could set up your trade routes without it. I suppose you don't need it. So. Like that one, because I think we're going to need it. Oh, start with a lumberyard. Unlocks paper. I don't know. What did we have before? We had crop farm, water siphon, that. No, I'm going to leave it at that for now, and work out what we can do with lumberyards before I over confuse myself. on down here. Little net out and everything. What's going on? Fish. Accurately labelled. Or seemingly floating on top of the water. I'm going to build up here in this corner. Building. Press F. F for that. Chop down trees for lumber. Seaweed farm. Oh, I'm not. Those trees appear to be highlighting with attachment. I wonder if that is telling me area of which it's stop me from putting it out. God. Those highlights. I'm going to build it. Lumber harvester. Must be built in owner range, right? So it's got to be within that. That is the owner range. So let's here down. I think. Let's try one over there. Let's see if that makes it different. The 3 harvesters placed, they're all producing wood. That fit into the roads. That was convenient. All have that. Close that down. Started with a musical theme. Now gone Discworld. Gonna be called Librarian. We have 3 harvesters. Haven't produced anything yet. Produced 3 units so far. Current average production, blah blah. Yeah, so it's just happily producing work. 40 units per slot. And I'm guessing that gets rid of anything. Now where do I take that? What do I do with it? What I've got a lumberyard. The hardware store need. Yes, it does. Fully demanded. Oh. So if I choose destination into the state, no. Yeah, so I actually want to deliver it to the hardware store. Like that. Let's only assign 2 oh, they want 3. I have 3. Lumberyard takes nothing. Uses. Yep, fine. From Librarian to Hardware Store 1. Can't rename Hardware Store 1. Hopefully that's something they'll change as development progresses. Ah, take that tree. Take that tree. Those aren't yet implemented, that's fine. I'm guessing we'll put more trees down and change land levels and such. Turn off warehouse pickups. Guessing that taken from there, that's fine. Paper mill. Cardboard. Right, this now makes a lot of sense. Carpentry. Tech tree, back to the tech tree. You can build carpentry set, furniture base and barrels. Let's that autosave's a little bit weird that it dims your game down. It's almost like your green's gone to sleep. Sand collectors, build sand collectors. Don't know who needs sand. I'm gonna do sand collectors. And one more point of this theatre. All of these. Plus the initial build cost of gatherers. Area of influence. Harvesters, 10%. Production speed of gatherer increase, 10%. Increases storage capacity of gatherers, 25%. Decreases gatherer up, 10%. Right, well, let's see what we're doing with sand collectors. Again. Guessing sand is good. Class. And that makes sense. Oh my word, what's all this? Royal gatherers. Offshore royal gatherers. Can't build any of that. It would appear that the AI has something of a small advantage. Right, and collect time. Build this down by the coast, I think. Coastline building used. Put it. Out, I think. Right at the end. right at the end of this. One, three, Rabadozi. Roads. Pull up. Name Rio. She dances on the sand. So we're just producing sand, destroying all of the natural land. Destination, don't have destination. What need and that. Oh, they need sand. Excellent. Going up. Roads up again. Take it down there. Oh. Oh, it does not like that. Not like you trying to find a path when you're on a bank. That does slow the game down some. I think I'll go on there instead, because that means no one needs to go up and down a hill. Guessing. Oh, we've got 3 stand. Why do I have no points to... Right, I have... Each category has its own R&D point and its own... I currently can't unlock that for not having any more logistics. Oxen. Have a point. This. Let's. Or. Carpentry. Not doing any farming yet. And I almost want to spend the point just to get passives. I think I want to buy a water site. Come back to it. Oh. Yeah, that dim it when it does all. Nice if you disable that. Considering the same effect is used when a program hangs in Windows. A little bit off-putting. Oh, don't demolish. I want to. Farming. That was it. Hinge. Mind seeing what's underneath that, but I'm guessing that's going to be for another time. Crafts many wood-related products. Well, since we have our lumberyard here, this seems like a good fit. Right, I'm going to put it down. I want this to I want to take my dirt roads again. Just join those two. We should still be far enough out of Iford to not be annoying those guys yet. Production. The wood produced at lumberyard. Amount needed 2. We'll craft a wooden barrel in 12.5 days. So we can choose what to produce. Furniture bases or wooden barrels. Takes longer to produce furniture base. Let's see what the hardware store needs first. Okay, the hardware store don't need that. So what does? Building your lumberyard here in the city. Whichever AI is this has been very brave. What are they sell? Interesting. I'm guessing this means I could purchase from that because it's asking me for a destination what I want to take. So if you were specializing in that, you could use the resources from other players. That is interesting. But ultimately, what is going to use wooden barrels? Guessing we just deliver it to the north? The state? Let's try it. Let's find out. We're going to take librarian. Yeah. Unlock destination slot, use tech tree, because I don't want to stop delivering wood to the hardware store. Where was it? Gonna be a logistics thing, isn't it? +2 trade truck capacity, +25. Follow me slightly confused there. I can't unlock it anyway because I haven't got any points. I haven't done enough logistics. It's probably safe to say that the AI has got something of a lockdown on the wood. That it's delivering. Have a sneak. Let's send them to wholesaler 1. So it's actually just shifting them off there. Right. In that case, let's let the AI sticking with the musical theme, we're going to call this a carpenter. But its destination. 3 trucks. Fine. This one, we're going to have to change this one's destination to commercial. Oh, factories. Carpenter. Oktoberfest. Time to get drunk. It has got something of a very unique art style. This kind of low poly artwork it has going on for it is quite nice. And all of the buildings are actually rendered in 3D as well because you can spin around them, see them. It is quite nicely done. So it's now producing a single wooden barrel. Is then going to get itself delivered off to Bifford. I'm a big fan of this polygonal smoke. That's how you pronounce polygonal. Porygons for anyone who's a Pokemon fan. It does have one single barrel out of the door. It does have the same issue that I've noticed in most games with this kind of isometric viewpoint, and that's if you, as you're moving the camera around, up, down, left, and right, if you go in a diagonal, you don't actually follow the diagonal that the land sets out. You change ever so slightly. If you watch, there it is, mouse cursor on the edge of the road, go on diagonal, and you just drift away from it. Tiny, tiny thing, but it's just one of those bugbears. Oh, the barrels are en route from the carpenters to Ifid. So, is it really? There is a route there. A much more direct route you could take with your single wooden barrel. What? Oh well. I have no idea where it's just delivered those barrels to, but I just got $5,500 from the edge of the world. Also explains why he went entirely the wrong way. Yeah, it's quite a barrel. I have a feeling these barrels might be filled with whiskey. That seems a bit odd that it would drive off there, considering its destination is State North. I would have expected that to be here somewhere. Unfortunately, I'm not quite building beer or cider, but I am producing the barrels. I've got that going for me. Oh, clicking that just takes you around each of your factories for some reason. Tech tree. What have we got? We still haven't got a logistics one to upgrade anything there. Nothing in industry. We're still not doing farming yet, so that can just hold off. Yeah, I'm just going to hold off the tech tree for a little bit. Because... well, because why not? Let's just keep delivering stuff out of the way. Production alert. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's pretty handy. Ultimately, this has stopped producing anything because this is full, and that's because I didn't tell it to go anywhere. Right. Everything to the hardware store. I can literally only set north or south, but that seems ridiculous distance away. Let's see what happens. Aha! Okay. Back we go then. Guess we'll not deliver it to South Iford. Where? I think I've broken the driver. Oh. I think I broke it. Right. I'm good with that. Librarian is probably going to run out of storage. Fine. They'll just keep delivering wood to the carpenters. They'll keep producing barrels. Got plenty in stock, I take it, yeah. Music's very peaceful, at least. I am going to sell all of the barrels. Basically, I am keeping Donkey Kong in business. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have any barrels to throw at Mario. And if that's what it takes to keep the gaming revolution alive, that's just what it takes. I do. Wheel loaders. Obviously, ability to replace 5 harvesters. I don't really need any of these yet. More to the point. Monthly income. No. I was not party to the plan. So ultimately, I need to be making money. That is the end goal of being an industrialist. I need to be generating money, not sending it up the wall. Totally haven't changed the topic of conversation away from my party to Pauling's kidnapping in Donkey Kong Land. Oh dear, her name is Rio is full. We know this because we haven't sorted out anything with the sand, have we? No, we did. We sent the destination up. Send it to the hardware store. So I'm guessing this is where I need to work out these trade routes things. So let's have a building hunt. Build the truck depot. We're gonna have one here. Oh. Let us build. It would let us build on someone else's roads, which is... Let's build the other one. That's really screwed. Let's see how it deals with that. It still charges you money for not building anything. What an interesting concept. Let's change things. I'm going to now change my storage, my destination from here to the logistics truck depot 1. Truck Depot 1 is now going to be called... from her name is Rio. This one is going to be the Reflex. Did it? Does it tires away? And it is. Oh, it can store a lot of stuff. So this is probably a good way to hold on to stuff that needs gifted elsewhere. I'm going to take the raw resources component product. And is not an end product. There it is. It's going to do I have 2 trucks left there. That's fair enough. We need to go on the game truck depot to do the Duran. Ordinary World. That one. That is really what I should have called the world name, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. World. And this is a view to a hill. It has got quite a nice view out on that lakeside there. Run their way. Next. Dump that. Yes. You took. And a high selling point, so let's do that. Commercial 1, and that's out of there. Drop it off. Drop the amount of trucks it has doing that. Not going to get that much sand in here. Ultimately, I don't want it. I want to oversaturate the sand that goes. It would be nice if, even if it was just visual, the ability to change this to pounds. Ultimately, I've changed the options to allow the trucks to drive on the left. The more suited to UK playstyle. There's nothing to change the currency from dollars to pounds. We'll have to just go with the idea that they're Australian dollars. Close enough. Although this can't be Australian, nothing's trying to kill me. This month I have made $5,205. but I've spent 24,000 in upkeep, 1,300 in vehicle upkeep. Yeah, we're not doing great at the moment. Look at how my logistics. Still have no point. I'm getting. Let's get rid of pressing that. That is not me. Around the main roads, almost like it's trying to be kind of a paved footpath, but not quite. Doesn't quite settle, does it? What they need is something more like this. This slightly raised concrete effect. Just to tile the side of the road with. I have got their roadmap for this title up here, so let's have a look at what they're going to do in their roadmap. You can't see it at the moment, but it opened in a spare window. So they've done a lot of stuff for pre-alpha. They've done a lot of stuff for version and alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4, alpha 5. So this is alpha 5 that I'm playing now. Which was set for February. And they're doing early access as of now as well. So let's have a look. Alpha 6 is currently work in progress, and they're working on islands, world terraforming, GUI. They're going to do some new overview panels, GUI maps, world traffic, logistics highways. World traffic has a World Traffic has a comment on it that says, vehicles don't clip through each other. Ideally, there are streetlights. Preferences of higher tier road over lower tier dirt roads tend to wait in intersection versus asphalt roads. So it looks like they've still got quite a bit to do. Logistics highways, scenarios, cities and metropoli, contracts from towns. So I'm guessing that'll be to quests given by towns for the player, what, how much, by when, and for how much. A good way is to create a large chunk of income, I imagine. Industrial parks, new type factories to create multi-tiered recipes. Town pollution events, world pollution, air, ground and water. Player modding and workshop, player localization. World biomes, world 4K maps. Visuals, new visuals depending on the biome, town, new events. There's loads of stuff. I mean, now I'm looking at what they're tasking for Alpha 9, for example. And they go up to Alpha 11, which is full Steam release on this board. Alpha 10 has different camera effects, new resources, some new recipes, some new factories, some new gatherers. Alpha 11, when they're going towards their full Steam release, there'll be more recipes, factories, and gatherers, and then polish and balancing as well by that point. So when they're up to release, they're going to have quite a lot more you can do. I mean, there's already quite a lot of stuff you can do. Oh, old regulation lapsed. Oh, nice. Thanks, guys. They even have an overflow which has loads of other stuff such as day-night cycle, NPCs, seasons, temperature system, trends, product quality, efficiency upgrades, building modules, waste generation, prospecting, and waste disposal. So, yes, there is a lot coming for this game. it's... Yeah, there is going to be a lot of content for this. It's not quite as Transport Tycoon as I expected it to be from the initial outset. I mean, you don't really have to buy your lorries and trains and stuff. You're essentially given them from when you build each point. You get a number of trucks available at each depot, which is kind of a bit of a quality of life away from Transport Tycoon. But on the flip side, it means you don't get to choose a lower quality vehicle to save yourself some money on delivery costs, for example. But again, that's perfectly fine. That's how this game's set up to play. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Anyway, what next? What am I going to do? What now? Production alert. Oh. Storage is full. Yeah, that's hardly a surprise. Storage down here doing 29, so it's not really doing much more. But this is the thing, because you're locked to only one destination right at the start of the game, at the start, without much else, it's hard to be efficient early game. You can't get to really setting stuff up. I can't unlock dispatch slots yet because I still haven't done enough logistics stuff. Helping info. Let's have a look. How do I get... Oh, tech tree. Tech tree is your path to invention, innovation, and prosperity. Use it to find new avenue. That's what we read before. You'll need to gain experience within the specialization by using the buildings you have access to. Generating resources, creating products, and are moving goods across the map. When you gain enough experience, you'll afford an R&D point, which can only be spent in the specialization it earned in. Right. Ultimately, there is no... Those guys. They're pretty confident drivers there. I like how they've just broken up as they all got onto the faster road at different times. Ultimately, now it'd be a bit of a waiting game until I've got enough R&D points to do anything. At least to get an extra dispatch slot. I mean, I can't send this wood anywhere else apart from my barrels to get done. Unless I was to do... Oh. Build a depot. Can't build. Okay. Build a depot here. This depot is going to only serve as a storage for wood from that other place. I'm going to call it pressure off, because that's what it's going to try and do for me. So I'm going to change this up now. So it's going to take wood. It's going to send it to factory, carpenters. The librarian, which is now going to be called Rio. No, I've got Rio. The Wild Boys. I'm going to start sending that to pressure off. Oh, I can set 5 trucks to do that. That might help. It's going to cost me more money for running those vehicles, but... Where is he going? He has gone off on a tangent and a half. I mean, ultimately, that is the most efficient route he could take. But he's also driving... And now he's over there. Okay. Never mind. But let's just... Because this isn't going to need any number of vehicles. Get wood from there to next door. I mean, the sheer inefficiency of being next door to the storage factory and still requiring this huge van to take wood from there to there rather than just put a little conveyor there. This is now going to act just as a storage. It's going to hopefully take all of this wood that's coming in here and just store it in this one, which should mean the rest of my buildings get to keep their efficiency up, or rather the collection, the Wild Boys collection. Continue collecting. Got quite a lot in there. That's an extra truck to that route. Got barely anything in there at all, because that truck is doing a much better job. It's only got one. But up, fine. Oh, oh, this is new. This wasn't here before. Home Goods 1, and they want some barrels. Fully demanded. Right. Carpenters have a new job. Destination. Commercial. Go, 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 go! Ish. Onwards! Let's take a ride. Can't close that way. There we go. Which way is he going to go around the roundabout? Straight through the other vehicle, apparently. Oh, who's this? Anything. Moment there, I thought he was going to muscle in on my business. Hopefully, we should get some bunnies off this. We'll actually get quite a bit of money. It's almost getting scarily close to us making net income in the last 30 days. Back with some more. Wow. That just shot that one in the foot. I was just about to say, if he can get back here before that changes, then we'll make some profit. Clearly not. This game has other plans. You know what? That give me some. This has been efficient enough with their roads. Having to wobble all the way through town. But I can build track. Why? I can do anything else with build all. Thanks. Oh, we're getting more expansions, guys. I see my wooden thing totally avoided that. Yeah, it's fine. That's exactly what pressure. Oh, test. Ah, right. This one. Bye. Only pro. I've 5 of them. They're getting through barrels. The rest of it. Rook. We have. It'd be nice if there was a more visual aspect. Getting our. We have got about halfway though. That's not. Yeah, I can build tracks. I can't build train terminals. Do anything with it. Weird. I'm guessing I'm going to need a train terminal or build any. Build tracks. Do anything. Give me a train. Money. Oh, it proved a point. Holy! Last month I actually made income. What in the world? That's it. It's up and up from here. Guess that's empty. Wholesale. Almost. Three. Yeah. Crafting. That would. And yeah, one truck is nicely. Then not the carpenters. Also going to do home goods one. So I've just spent a shed load adding that second plate. I'm hoping that should get that one. Destinations. Oh. Yeah, it's this one. Fine. Fine. So now I should have more barrels. Because they're definitely using the amount I'm giving them in that time frame. They're not storing any. Ultimately, if they were storing them, I'd have a problem. Well, the fact I built you a nice road in the middle. Oh, he's using it. Why that one doesn't? Not the carpenters yet. How bizarre. I want to. Set up anywhere else? Oh, there's some farming going on over here. Campbell, I get the feeling that farming is probably a place to start. If only because you're next to a town that has things that farming will want more of. The wheat, apples, oranges, the things you can do on a farm are generally much more in demand at the start of a game. Welcome back, Russia. I mean, that is some serious farming operation that's going on right there. Anyone else build something? Forthypoon. Glassworks and smelter going on? Oh my word, we've got iron mines, and again, this is all just a bit... I mean, could you get there if you specialise in the category? You get 3 points. How do you unlock tier 2? Because I've got the point, let's unlock water hyphen. Yeah, so that does unlock the next tier. But that's still only the 3 points that I got for specialising in gathering. I'd still have to get through all of this research and development before I could build these. And it just seems like the AI's come along and dumped an iron mine down without that. Or I'm just slow, which is probably more the point. No, Rasha, you have not missed the turtles. Copper mines. At least turned a profit again last month, which was nice. Guess that's a coal mine. Big iron ore deposit up there. Pressing has a coal mine and a fisherman. Yeah, see, they've somehow managed to get bridges, which is a tier 2 logistics unlock. Seems like an odd thing to specialise in at the start to get bridges this early. It does feel like the AI gets a bit of a leniency. Oil gatherers. West planning off. Basically, you're just a planning office to let you build in this area. Why she wouldn't be able to. Tell me off? Yeah. I don't want to buy the permit, but interestingly, buy just a logistic permit without needing the full permit. That's a planning office this region. This looks like I've got the balance right now for their demands. Keeping the amounts they've got stored just low. We're getting a decent amount back for them. So that is a case of you get that per each. So they use 3 per week, you'd get 30,000 back. Which would just nicely, like my last 30 days spending on building up. So let's try changing up my destiny. This is now going to go to logistics pressure off. Truck. Not the carpenters has also got nation will be logistics pressure off. 1 trucks. This time, look at this trades route. To add a route. Truck from pressure off. It is first stop is not. Yeah, that's fine because I'm literally just creating this. Okay, so barrels. There it is. How to stop. Start that. All have enough barrels in, maybe? Ah, there it goes. Oh, that's actually just 2 lorries to get. That is taking my barrels along this. That is the right one. Can't disbanded, which hopefully that will get some sort of visual differentiation. Now I need barrel. I need to send it home good. Now we're going to wait for... Let's get some barrels. On good spot. Excellent. Don't seem to be getting many barrels in over here. At a view to a kill. Sand. That's beast. Thing in it. No. Why am I waiting for that to fill up before it will send out a lorry? Let's... Yep, that's what we're waiting for, because it just sent out 3 there, 3 in that one. That makes sense, because now I can choose, based on this, how many I want to wait for before we dispatch a route. That's pretty good. That makes a lot more sense now in terms of being able to set up your routes. At least in terms of taking them longer distance. But we're in the green. For how long? I have a lot of eagles going around here. They're constantly costing me money, and I don't know what I'm getting out of this stand-up. Doesn't matter where I'm delivering it to the hardware store. I'm using it, but don't get a whole lot for it. And back in the red. So everything just charged for upkeep all at once. But because there's 5 barrels in there, I should make that bag up. The destiny. Let's send every other van we have. Well, let's undo that. Let them for deliver and return back to a standard amount. That should put me firmly in the green if they all get 10 out of $10,340. Do you use them? There we go, 31. Yeah, so that's put me back in the green. Excellent. But we are slowly but surely now making a profit, seemingly month on month. And it looks like the core idea is maybe not overstretch yourself with barrels and the logging and sand all at the same time. Maybe start with one real core area and go from there. Because from that you should be able to get make yourself plenty of money. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Seems like a fairly comprehensive logistics game. It does take getting your head around the logistics assets of it in how to make money, but once it clicks, it does. Well, I say once it clicks, I'm only just making a profit at the moment. But once you get kind of the idea down of what you need to do and how you need to send your wares around the world to make money, it certainly does become a lot easier to make said money. For example, right now I've got 36,000 in building up, where in actuality I could probably bin off some, end up making more of a profit from not having to have it. Now let's have a look. If we do that, demolish it, get rid of all these roads, no longer them, that, and get rid of them as well. And let's see, we've made a lot of money, but that's only because we've got it back from deleting it. I think this would probably be a better way to make money over that. Let's speed that up. Let's watch how it plays out for the next month. Guessing while that's playing out, now we're getting very close to that last R&D point to unlock being able to dispatch more from every building. There we go. We started April. We got a lot last month from building, from demolishing. Let's see what our expenses. So you can see our expenses The building upkeep month is 10,000 less, but we should ultimately still make the same amount of money in product sales, or more even. That is ultimately a much more profitable way of doing things, is to not spread yourself so thin. Yeah, we're just waiting for vehicle upkeep to go back to normal. I had not noticed the water moving because it was in normal speed. I had not noticed that quite so much. It's a very subtle effect. But yeah, last month we made 35 grand, which is more than I've made any other months when I had that sand bit running. So it's definitely about getting a loop, making it profitable, then building a new loop, so on and so forth, at least at the moment. Going forth, who knows how that game's going to change up until full release, because there is still balancing work to be done, so... Yes, overall, Rise of Industry looks like it could be a good contender for the logistics crowd. Those who like Transport Tycoon will definitely like this. In fact, that is mostly what dragged me towards this game, was similarities it had to the and a nicer package. We'll come back and look at it once we friends, because I know for a lot of people, Transport Tycoon is about how the trains work, and a lot of it is about making just the most bizarre multi-track layouts ever that looks so complex but yet do some simple task. They are fantastic. It'll be interesting to see whether it is just a case of build tracks. Can we build in terms of those tracks? Can we build crossovers? Can. So we can do there and can't do them. Yeah. But we're going to need a train terminal before we can see any of that. Oh, I have a boat depot, Zeppelin Field, highways, apparently coming soon. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that game stuff and how it develops. But overall, looking forward to where it goes, and definitely something I'll be returning to in the future. In the meantime, though, end the stream here. This has been a first look at Rise of Industry. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.